screen off if possible. Now, let us begin. I've been wanting to make this type of video for quite a while now, and with the acquisition of my new blue Yeti microphone, it became easier and more high quality. So I decided to do it as soon as I had finished everything that I had already had on my ideas list, or at the very least, I had fully planned out. And now, after I finished all of those, I thought it was finally time to kickstart one of my favorite triggers, which is exactly this. The factor of not knowing where or when a sound, a close-up sound, will come from is very nerve-wracking, and some people might even find it annoying. But it is also very, very, very tingly if you have a thing for it. I've always connected was around 16 or so. Actually, more like 14, where I would ask them if they believed me when I said I could make their hair stand. A lot of them either believed me or wanted to prove it wrong, like they could defy it, and I would proceed to do a sort of massage on their back, where you would just do random motions all around the top to bottom part of the back, especially near the spine, and a lot of the time just that would make their hairs stand up and make them shiver and feel a bit cold. But there was also a second part which I used when people couldn't be made to shiver so easily, and that was to, near the end of the massage, stop for a few seconds and then breathe down their neck. Just come up close to their neck and just breathe through your nose. It would instantly cause tingles and has yet to fail me, though I haven't done it ever since I was a kid. I still find it to be very fascinating and also a interesting way and thing that connects me to ASMR, or connected me even before I started making these videos. But I also think it may have helped me in understanding what it is that people like and enjoy in general, because I remember the very first time I tried ASMR. I don't exactly remember what video it was, listened and experienced ASMR, I instantly connected the sensation with the feelings that we get when we are close to someone else, especially people that we like, love, or just have some sort of feelings towards. It can also happen when it's an unknown person, at least for me, and rarely with friends or people that you know more closely. But it definitely did very much connect itself to the feelings of being close to someone. That feeling of enjoyment, somewhat feeling of pressure and the fear, the anxiety, but the pleasant kind, where you're just excited to see what might happen next. I'm sure a lot of you agree with me that these feelings are somewhat similar if you have experienced them, though I can also imagine that most people have, even the ones of us that do not like to be around other people that much, because we still have to be around certain people at some point in our lives. And if anybody has ever liked and had a crush on someone, they most definitely know the feeling that I am talking about. Anyway, besides the very first ASMR that made me experience the sensation of ASMR, there was also the very first video that was somewhat anticipatory. That video didn't actually have anticipatory in its title. It was just a regular ASMR whispering video, an ear-to-ear whispering video, but it was most certainly effective, and I had no clue what ASMR. But the expectation of what comes next, it was really a different experience when compared to all the other ASMR videos I had watched, and it was quite memorable. It might have just been the thing that got me thinking about making my own ASMR content. Since from the very beginning I wanted to make this type of content. However, I thought that it was much, much, much more effective when done binaurally from ear to ear. So I waited and I let the channel grow through different means, and I enjoyed it. I still very much enjoy it. But now, if you guys and possibly other people that may not yet have discovered my channel, that aren't subscribed and aren't yet part of the community, I forgot how I started this sentence and where I was going with it. Unfortunately, but I still hope that this video is enjoyed by many, as I would love to make similar types of videos to this one after this one, because at times, and this is a phenomenon that other YouTubers and ASMR artists have talked about quite a bit before. It's the fact that the videos that you fully expect to be popular, to be loved, to be watched and enjoyed, are usually not the ones that people enjoy the most. That is the absolute contradiction within content creation that is somewhat constant, unless you are Mr. Beast or PewDiePie or some of the very, very large YouTube channels. Though I can admit, though actually not me, but they would probably also agree that not all for me when listening to other ASMR artists make similar videos. I also forgot to mention that this would be a longer video. No particular reason for it to be, but I thought of how when I watched some of my favorite videos, I just wanted more of them. So why not make something that can be enjoyed for a longer period of time? There is also the factor, at least for me, that when a video is longer than usual, you sometimes even forget that you watched it after some time, and you can rewatch it as if it was the first time that you watched it. It's both an unfortunate thing and a fortunate one. Unfortunate because you forgot the experience, but fortunate because you can experience it once again. There haven't been that many cases like this, for me at least, but it is still something that might happen to you guys. And on the other hand, we also have the fact that longer content in general just means more content for the listener. And I'm sure that some of you guys that really like the content that I listening to the video myself, I might make myself experience ASMR, which I honestly did manage to do once already. I already forgot which video it was, but I was very surprised when it happened, because most ASMR artists find their own voice to not be as enjoyable as others, and there is the fact that certain types of content is just cringe for them, even if it is their own content. I actually wanted to make this video yesterday, but I couldn't, mostly because yesterday's noise was even more annoying than today's. And yet by yesterday, I mean during the night, where most people, when most people should be sleeping. However, my neighbors decided to play music all throughout the night, and there were also a lot of cars for unknown reasons, as well as certain movements in the building itself that were either water, sewage, or some other unpleasant sounding movements. So I ended up deciding to make this video today instead of yesterday. And it seems to have been the correct decision in my opinion, though your input would also be very useful to me. That is about it for also attempt to watch other ASMR artists that attempt these types of videos and see how they do it, what they do, and try it on for size in my own videos. Test it out beforehand, of course, and hopefully improve further, faster, and even better, as some anime fans would say. Plus ultra. Anyway, that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the unexpected way in which this video was made and the arrangement that I made for it. If you did, leave a like, maybe a comment on any of the topics that I talked about in this particular video. And don't forget to subscribe if you've watched my channel for a while. In particular, that would be very helpful for me. Thank you for watching, and I will see each and every one of you in my next video. Luckily, ASMR